You don't look at big picture items right now, do you?
No, we're one day at a time. We're trying to beat Virginia Tech. That's what we're working on.
Coach Michael Weber was off to a pretty quick start from what we heard. How big of a setback is this in terms of his development, and what can you kind of expect from him? Urban said that he doesn't anticipate he's going to redshirt even with this injury.
No, it's a minor bump in the road, and he's taking care of that, and hopefully he'll be back in a couple of weeks and up and running again. So right now it's all about getting mental reps. We can continue to learn our offense and the nuances of it, but looking forward to getting back on the field because he's going to be a really good player.
Based on what you saw, though, was he?
Oh, he's going to be a really good player. He's going to be a good player for us.
What's the pecking order right now, if you had to?
Well, if we had to go right now, obviously Zeke. Zeke and Briante and Warren right there doing some really good things. So those are the three guys we got right now.
With Zeke having a healthy wrist, how much can he improve from last year?
We're going to find out soon. He's had a really good camp. He's had a really good training camp.
What have you noticed in camp about him?
Just his work ethic and the way he goes about his business, and he's done a really good job of being a leader and leading in the group. And guys are going to follow him because guys have a lot of respect for him and the way he practices and the way he plays, though. Garner's that type of respect.
What have you seen how Briante done?
He's had a great camp. Yeah. He really
what does
has.
That mean?
Just his whole game is really coming around since last spring. As far as his knowledge of the game, his pass pro is getting much better. So I'm very, very pleased with the way his camp has gone. He's doing a great job on special teams and helping the football team in the way that he can.
You got to get guys reps, Tony, but you don't want to get anyone hurt. You know what Zeke can do. How much of a tightrope is that to do?
Well, it's a balancing act. It's a balancing act. He's a guy that's played a lot of reps and very valuable reps, and he's very game ready in a lot of instances. But he's also got to be able to get in and get in the groove and get his timing and things of that nature done. So he's taking his necessary reps. So we think he'll be ready to roll.
Tony, Curtis Samuel was your guys' number 2 last year, running back. I know he's been moved outside. With Mike going down, has there been any more reps with Curtis in the backfield?
No, we haven't. No, he's been outside and doing a great job out there, and Zach can tell you more about that as far as receivers go. But he has done that, and throughout the camp he's done a nice job.
Hey, this is your first fall camp. How's that transition going for you?
It's fine. I've been in a lot of fall camps.
Yeah. but is there any adjustment to the staff and the players? I mean, anything that surprised you or you found difficult? Or?
No, it's just playing ball and going, and like I said, this when I first got here, the intensity of everything, and I said that originally when I first got here, and I say it's still the same. This is a very intense program. Everything about it. And everything about it is at every waking moment. But look, it's been good. It's been great. It's been great.
Tony, you remember recruiting? You talked about how long you've known Ezekiel, and he's told us that he used to use that stiff arm a lot. Do you remember seeing that on display back then?
I don't. No, I can't say I recall that. I can't. But so I can't.
Have you seen it?
Pretty good.
It's good now.
Oh yeah, it's really good.
What sets it apart?
Well, I just think he throws at targets. He's not just laying a hand out there, but he's he does a good job using his off arm, and obviously couldn't last year with the wrist and whatnot. But he does a nice job of using that off arm as a weapon. And, as far as forearms and stiff arms, straight arms, getting guys off of his body and hitting them in the right places to get their head turned, and so he's skilled at it.
Has he been able to do that a lot without
he's been fine.
Okay.
Tony.
Yes, sir.
This is going to sound like maybe a dumb question, but what do you know about your running back room you didn't know 6 months ago from the standpoint of...
When I first got here?
Yeah, I mean... I
didn't know anything about him.
Yeah.
I didn't...
You'd heard of Ezekiel Elliott.
Oh, well, I knew Zeke, of course, and I knew who Briante was. I knew who they were. I knew the cast of characters by name. But I didn't know anything. I would say the biggest thing is just the true love and admiration they have for one another, and that they are very, very close. And, you take guys like Jeffrey Johnson, who's a walk-on, and they're a really close-knit group that enjoys being around each other, and they push one another, but this whole team is like that.
Yeah.
That's probably the thing that I had no idea.
What talking to Briante, he finally caught on to the idea. You got to play special teams. You got to do this, that, and the other to get Urban Meyer's attention and stuff. Do you see a different? I mean, do you see a different guy? Well, you've only been here 6-7 months, but you
in him,
you see a guy
a completely
that
different guy.
Yeah.
And not just by his play, and he's gotten so much better since the spring, but his attitude. And I'm talking about wholesale. I'm talking about his attitude about school and academics, his attitude about taking care of his body, his attitude about his teammates and coaches, his attitude and approach to the game. I think everything about him, his whole demeanor has changed, and so yeah, I'm really excited where he's headed. And he's not a finished project, but he would tell you that. And but he's done a really good job.